Hey, how's it going, guys? So this video's inspiration comes from me looking through my cabinet a few days ago and finding this mini stick of sunscreen. Now, I thought this would make a perfect container for a spy device, because you guys really seem to like this. So I thought to myself, what would be the perfect thing I could make out of this? Answer: a mini spy flamethrower. The irony from the sunblock is just too perfect. So even though I'm hesitant to show you how to make this dangerous device, here's how to make a flamethrower from a lighter and some sunblock. Alright. First, let's grab a normal disposable lighter, and we're going to need to rip just the top off, so we're left with the striker wheel along with the flint. It should still spark like this. Now let's grab our sunscreen stick. The link to the exact one I used in this video is in the description if you want to go check it out. Now let's remove the tube and make two marks like this, one on each side. But it turned out I ended up having to cut one of the sides off. Now take out the sunscreen and cut around the marks. Then remove the centerpiece and make a hole. Now let's take a 3" by 1" piece of cotton fabric and roll it up. Then take about a 3" piece of wire and wrap it around one end of the cloth. Then grab your lighter end and stick the cloth up through the hole next to the wheel. Then using the rest of the wire, secure the fabric to the lighter end. Now let's grab our sunscreen stick end and glue the lighter to it so the flint part sticks down through the hole in the bottom. It should still be able to spark. Now let's grab a barbecue lighter and unscrew all the screws. All we're after is the fuel container inside, and that just slides right out. Next, to make this fit in the tube, we need to trim away some of the excess plastic from the fuel container. Now remember to be careful when doing this, and you might want to empty the gas out before. Basically, just make sure not to cut any of the actual walls of the container. Now let's grab a paper clip, straighten it out, and bend just the tip 90 degrees. Now poke it into the fill valve and make another 90-degree bend so it's level with the side like this. Then trim off the excess. Now take the straw and super glue it to the top. Give it a little scratch to make it bond better. I also used some tape for extra strength. Then put the paper clip into the straw. Now when we push on the end of the paper clip, the fuel comes rushing out very fast. This is the secret to the flamethrower. So depending on your paper clip, the fuel cylinder might not fit, so I had to trim down a little more of the valve to make it flush with the end. Be careful not to cut too much or the fuel will start leaking out. Now let's cut a hole right where the fill valve is. Now when we push on the end of the fuel cylinder, the gas comes out of the tube. As I was saying before, we need to cut off one side of the tube to make it fit. Plus, it also makes it easier to use the striker. Make sure you cut off the side opposite to the cloth. Now it all fits, but the fuel tube doesn't stay in place. So to fix this, I wrapped a wooden dowel with some tape to make it the exact diameter that I needed. But really anything to wedge on one side would work. Now it still slides in and out, but it stays in place when I shake it. Alright, now we're done. To make it work, just grab some lighter fluid or rubbing alcohol and soak the cloth. Now when we hit the flint wheel, it lights. Then just point the other piece towards the flame and push down on the back, and boom, we have fire. Best of all, it fits back together in our mini sunscreen tube. Well guys, I hope you liked this video. I honestly wouldn't recommend making this because it's very dangerous, but I just had to for the irony. Plus it makes a really cool spy device and you guys seem to like this. So subscribe to my channel, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one.